So what we're going to cover today, I'm going to start with a really lovely one. So it's about use of quotes and affirmations to increase engagement. Now, if you are on social media a lot, I'm sure most of us can't move without seeing quotes, affirmations, things like that. They're basically, like positivity, or something, I guess, that, I guess might make you think, oh my goodness, my friend really needs to hear that kind of thing. So we're going to talk about how some businesses have used that. The second one, I'm going to give you guys a bit of a warning about, because it is International Women's Day. This is going to be around a kind of birth situation, but it's because the company is a hypnobirthing company. I'm just going to make you guys aware of it before we talk about it. It's going to be the second company that we discuss. Don't worry, there's nothing too graphic. I could have, if anything, I found it hard not to find really graphic things. However, I wanted to make sure that we stuck with the breakfast time that this is. But I want to talk to you guys about how it works. Then we're going to look at how to add value through social media, and how that can increase the likelihood of conversation. So let's get started. As you can see, they primarily use Instagram. And one of the things we talk about every week is how, I guess, you guys can leverage from competitors in your field. And that's no different to the likes of Nasty Gal. They'll be looking at your Boohoo's. They'll be looking at ASOS and other sort of like leading fashion brands online, and they will look at how they do collaborations with people. They will be looking at, like, do they do more reels here? Do they do more static comment and static posts? Do they do a lot of user generated content? And you can see this by going onto the Maybe platform. You can add them as your competitor, and you can have a look very quickly at what they do. But you can also do this if you're a baker and you've got a baker down the road, or your shopping centre and you've got a shopping centre down the road. You literally just add them in and you can see all of the content that they've posted within the last week or 2 weeks, and you can start to look at your calendar versus their calendar. And there's no other better way of learning how to prioritize your channels than by learning from your competitors. So we talk about this every week, but 79.1% of consumers in the UK spend over an hour on social media per day, and only 19% of businesses have active social media accounts. Those stats are absolutely massive, and what we want to do is try and bridge that gap. So we come in here every week with case studies, and then, as you can see, we also help more than 25,000 businesses get more out of social. So we help you compare your social media performance with any other business. We give you all the tools and insights that you need to use social media more effectively, and we give you access to expert resources, loads of different training. It's exactly what I'm doing here every week, talking to you guys basically about how you can connect better with your customers via social media. So I'm going to start with Nasty Gal. So do you remember what I was saying about affirmations and quotes? Now, this is a fashion brand, and bear in mind that what I just showed you their content calendar. So let's have a look at what they've done here. So this is taking us through to their Instagram, and as I kind of, they very much are that kind of, like sexy, fast fashion kind of business, primarily targeting females. They target females, I guess, of a kind of, early 20-something kind of age group is what I would say. Looking at their Instagram, everything is all about, I guess, giving you a kind of inspiration for, so this is inspiration for summer. This is the kind of thing you might wear to a festival. And as you can see, they get really, really strong engagement on social media. Now, what they've done here is, this is all about targeting women. This is all about understanding, I guess, like what their target market would respond to. So bearing in mind what I've just said, it's female, kind of like, sexy, fast fashion, that kind of Love Island kind of vibe. I know that they've done a lot of sponsorship around that before. They are trying to inspire people to obviously purchase, but obviously what they want to do is use Instagram as like their virtual shop window, because they're virtual. So they want people to be going on there and to purchase. So what better way of getting your followers to try and get more of their friends to follow you than doing something like a quote or an affirmation? So here, do something today that your future self will thank you for. Our actions and decisions today will shape the way we will be living in the future. Now that, dare I say, is massively, massively generic. I've probably seen it on 1,000 different you know, I don't know, personal trainer posts and fashion brands and a coffee. I mean, literally, you know, a coffee brand could do that. A restaurant could use that. A council could use that. Quite literally, anybody could use it, because guess what? It kind of covers everybody. However, when you apply that to, I guess, the female market, you know, we're talking about International Women's Day, they're applying that to the female market. What they're hoping is that by doing something like that, they're taking something that pretty much, you know, most people would have seen on the back of a postcard or anywhere, and they are trying to show, I guess, that they understand their female customer. They're trying to understand that their female customer will want to tag in a friend and go, yes, you know, you owe it to yourself today to do something for yourself, because we recognize that, I don't know, you might be a young mum, you might be a workaholic, you might be a student, and you probably don't do anything for yourself right now. Or maybe it might be that you're in a bad relationship and they want you to get out of that bad relationship, do something that your future self will thank you for. That's all about taking action rather than inaction. So looking behind it and thinking about their market, this would appeal directly to people who want to tag in a mate, tag in somebody that is, you know, maybe in their 20s, going through a really hard time, whether it's a breakup or it might be something to do with, I don't know, work, it might be, you know, it could be a friendship, could be anything, and getting them to take action. And as you can see, all they've said is, you've got this. They've kept the caption really, really short and simple. They've done their own hashtag, nasty gals do it better. And then you've got people saying, I needed to read this today. You get people saying, absolutely loving this. You've got obviously other coaches that are writing things off. And then they've got a few hidden comments, which is actually based on the fact that they've had a little bit of spam on there. But you can see that this is people directly loving it. It's a 2,137 likes, and it's something that is very simple. Now, they've also done something like it here. If it comes, let it. If it goes, let it. Now, at the end of the day, you could argue, again, anyone could do this. They've used the background that obviously, you know, fits in with the rest of their kind of branding. But in terms of, you know, a kind of quote, anybody could literally do something like this. But it's all about how you apply meaning to that, thinking about your customer base. So they do quite a lot of that kind of stuff. But it is all about, you know, yes, that's the one that I just showed you. You need you. So again, that's about, again, just a bit of kind of like, you know, quotes, messaging. They've just superimposed it onto an image. If it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. Anyone could do this, right? And I mean it. If you go onto Canva right now, you will go and you could literally get a template, add in your colors for your brand, and use any of these quotes, and you could directly apply that to you. I can guarantee, I don't know who I've got on the call at the moment, but I'd love it to look at how that would, if something like that could apply to your business or to some kind of engagement strategy. And that's what this is. This is all about them wanting women to support women so that they attract more of those women to buy their clothes. That's ultimately what this is. So what I wanted to do was showing you that sometimes simple and borderline pretty generic can speak to me in a different way that it speaks to you, and that's okay. But guess what? It's speaking to both of us. So that's the kind of idea behind it. So make sure that you are thinking about how you might be able to use quotes, affirmations, even if it's famous quotes, it might be song lyrics we've talked about before on here. Make sure that you think about how that would apply to your customers. So for them, they're a massive fashion brand, so they're able to just say, you know, do it for you, or you need you, or something like that. But if you were a specific type of brand, like, I don't know, you might be a local nail salon, you might be a hair salon, you might be, I don't know, you might be a dog walker. It could literally be, you know, do something for you today, get out there, take the dog for a walk and make it something about you connecting with your dog. Do you see what I'm saying? Literally anybody could do something as simple as that. So when you think about national campaigns and appealing to your audience, all you need to do is think about how you can take something that is fairly generic and turn it into something that works for your customers. Now this, sorry, I did give you a warning at the beginning. It's a beautiful image, but it is a post-birth image. So I'm just going to let you guys know before we crack on, because this is what we're talking about. So stunning image, beautiful. So this is the Positive Birth Company. Now, funnily enough, the Positive Birth Company need to talk to women about having positive births. It's all about hypnobirthing, all about giving people, I guess, helping people take control over their potential, their impending birth when they're pregnant. And so let's take a little look at this one. Now, I purposely picked an image. It's not the best post. I'm going to tell you that now, but I picked an image because some of them they're very, very graphic and a bit early for that, maybe this time in the morning. However, they're incredible. So I would urge you to go in and have a look at some of their reels, have a look at some of it if you want to get some inspiration on how you might be able to appeal to, again, a similar market, whether you sell maternity clothes, whether you sell anything for pregnant ladies, or whether you do a pamper session, or anything you do, or indeed you just want to get a bit of inspiration on how you might be able to appeal to the female market. This is a great way of doing it. Now, this is obviously an absolutely magical picture. She is clearly just overwhelmed, feeling amazing, this is quite literally post-birth. She's just given birth to her baby. And then they've done that magical moment when you meet your baby for the first time, the start of one of the most significant love stories of your life. There ain't nothing quite else like that. However, you bring your baby into the world. Your hope is that you're in a position to welcome your baby with love and confidence, feeling happy, relaxed, strong, and capable. Hypnobirthing will give you the tools. So then it's saying invest in your birth, sign up online, and it gives you all of the details on how you can do that. So it's a call to action. But effectively, right, they want to sell their hypnobirthing courses to women. They need to sell them to pregnant ladies, or at least capture people who know pregnant women, or who are considering getting pregnant, or have maybe given birth before and are planning on maybe baby number 2, and they've had a bad experience. So those are that's your target market. Okay. So it's relatively, it sounds big, but actually it's quite narrow when you think about it. So they need to appeal to different pockets of people. So that might be me, and I've got a friend that I don't know, is at the beginning of her pregnancy, and I might go, oh my God, this looks incredible. This is how you could feel. Have you seen this? It might be me if I'm pregnant and looking at this and going, trawling through different hashtags to try and find different information on, how I can have the most positive birth. That is the kind of market that they're appealing to. And as you can see, they do a lot of reels. They talk about you do like mum survival guides. They talk about their courses, and then they actually show a lot of birth videos as well, which again I've chosen not to show on this one today. However, it's the image. If you think about, so it's International Women's Day, you think about, one of the biggest things that a lot of women would do in a lifetime is have a baby, and a lot of women would have quite a negative experience of it as well. I know an awful lot of people that have, and then there's some people that have had amazing experiences. This company is banking on obviously wanting to help women have better experiences, so that when they bring their babies into the world, they have I guess a more, the babies have a more positive experience as well. So they captured it with user generated content. This is a lady who has given birth and given permission for her first moment with her baby to be captured. They've tagged her in as well, Alexa Faye Birth Stories. So they've tagged her in. The image description, they've also put that in just to make sure you fully understand what it is you're looking at, because again, an image like that can be, it's designed to kind of shock. It's designed to make you go, depending on who you are, it might be that you go, oh my God, what am I looking at? It might be oh wow, she looks so happy, or oh my God, why is she sad? There's lots of different emotions you could have off the back of this image, but one thing you would do is it would capture your attention. So whether you choose to go past it or whether you choose to, it will stick in your mind. That is what this is all about. So sometimes when you've got to appeal to a certain type of demographic, you've really got to think much closer about the image and how it appeals to the customer's pain point. Anybody that wants, is planning on having a baby, has to think about the birth, has to. So when they're thinking about that, think about what they want to feel afterwards. That is no different to you if you are any business. You might be, you could be a barber. You could literally be a barber, and you're thinking about, I don't know, the men that come into you on a daily basis, do they come in a lot of the time for the haircut? Do they come in for the chat? What is it they're looking for? Do they want to hide bald spots? Do they want, you know, it's do you see what I'm saying? It's kind of thinking about how you could relate to your target audience and sell your services, which ultimately, look, you know, as much as they want to have, you know, the whole world having an amazing experience giving birth, they are a business. At the end of the day, they're a company. They need to sell. So they need to go, what is my audience? What is their pain point? And how do I demonstrate that in a flash, in a quick second on social media to get them to purchase? Because social media is their shop window. So when you think about that, think about how you can apply that to your own content. This is a magical moment. They've caught my attention with the image. Then they've gone into lots and lots of detail. And then they've said, invest, do this. This is what you get. Here's our free videos, link in the bio, and they've tagged in they've tagged in the beautiful lady who has had given birth, and then they've done hashtag positive birth. So they've not gone into loads of hashtags. Again, I would have probably added in a whole load of hashtags in there, like hashtag birth stories, hashtag birthing, might be birth UK, might be hypnobirthing. You know, there's 100 different hashtags, you know, hashtag pregnancy, first trimester, second trimester. They would have actually captured a huge amount more people in doing a whole load of extra hashtags than just doing their own. So again, make sure that when you're thinking about hashtags, that you are using hashtags that are going to be things that people are going to be looking for. Because I might not, as a pregnant lady, look for a positive birth. I might be looking for, I don't know, third trimester. I might be looking for baby tips. You know, I could be looking for any of those things. So you've got to think outside your individual box sometimes, but the content itself is incredible. Okay. Totally different. So this is Real Foods, or Real Superfoods. And this is all about, I guess, using superfoods to boost your feminine energy, if you like. So they're very much targeting, for this, they're targeting women, and they're targeting how, I guess, to get more balanced, you know, with your hormones as a woman to feel like superwoman. So let's have a little look at this. And as always, if you get any questions or you want me to clarify anything, just click on the Q&A button and I will do my absolute best. Right, here we go. So I'll just let you watch that while we chat. So this is their balance tonic. So this is a powder that you pop into water and smoothies and things like that. And what they're doing is, the question here, which they've added into the reel, is when should you start seeing a difference? Now, any business that provides supplements, that provides even certain types of diet, it might be protein, it might be vegan food, whatever it is, you actually showing the benefits of something and how long it takes is much more, it's much more manageable for people, much more palatable for people, and also provides a better customer service than people thinking they're going to be getting this overnight. Now, any business that provides anything like this should be doing this, because I think it's an incredible way of showing it. So month 1, it shows, you know, like that their stress hormones are down. Months 2 to 3, their things are more manageable. Months 3 to 6, it gives you all these timelines for, you know, basically they're saying over a 6-month process, you go from feeling pretty crappy to feeling like superwoman. That's what they're showing. And what they're doing is just showing it in a really simple way that is literally just them making the drink. So to me, that is very powerful. So the reel itself, when should you start getting the results? And then it's giving you the timeline. Excellent way of showing off your product, targeting the right customers. Then you go into this. So this is a question we get asked a lot. This shows customer service. This shows someone is listening to their customers. They're female customers. They're targeting females. Feeling more balanced isn't overnight and every person is different. So here's what you can expect when you start your balanced tonic journey. Say hello to Superwoman. So this is, ultimately, who do, what women doesn't want to feel like Superwoman? What person doesn't want to feel like Superwoman, Superman, whatever you want to call anyone? That you want to feel like a superhero, you want to feel incredible, you want to feel balanced, you want to feel in control of your body, in control of your moods, in control of everything. So this to me is a video that would have caught my attention straight away. Balanced tonic, what is that? I would immediately clicked on it to find out. Then looking at the difference over 1:1 to 1:6 immediately would make me understand this is how long it takes, this is the benefits of it, without having to read a big caption about it. So that is where the reel has really come into its own. Sorry, that's the dog. So that's where the reel has really come into its own, because naturally they're pulling together all of the kind of questions that people would naturally ask, or indeed people might complain about. If you don't see a natural, if you don't see something, people expect instant. And if you don't get an instant result, it's the same with weight loss. I go to the gym today, I don't see any result tomorrow, I'm not going to go back. So it's that kind of instantaneous expectation that people have. They're balancing that out by saying, actually, no, you won't get it, but this is what you will get over the time period, but you've got to keep taking it. So but you can see it has some good engagement. So people have started to engage with it. So whilst they're asking for advice, and then people have responded back, and it's a lot of customers have responded back, which I think is really, really nice. And then, does this work? I've got severe PMS. I'm like a savage woman on the edge. Bless them. Again, they've replied. And again, what's interesting with this is it again shows the customer service. Please do reach out to our nutritionist at support and they can advise. And they've tagged in the lady. I can't find this in the shop. If anyone's wondering, it doesn't stain when you sling a whole glass across your cream sofa. Don't ask. This has got amazing engagement. People are asking questions, people are chatting, they're asking even if it would help with ADHD symptoms, and then they're saying please reach out to the team for support on this, because again, that's it's probably someone else running their social media, so they don't want to respond back with the answering the wrong thing. So the key things to get out of this is about understanding your audience. It is about showing off your product in the best possible way, which for this is using a reel, showing a timeline as to how something performs over a certain amount of time, or how long something takes to make, or how long, it could be anything. It could be a recipe. It's just showing the benefits of it in a very easy, condensed, palatable way. And then the fact that they're using a customer question to generate that means that more customers would have asked the same question, so they're answering it without having to go into a whole diatribe on a website, and they're encouraging people to chat. So it is just such a good way, but it's making sure that you get that balance right. Okay. This is a completely different one again. This is Fit Mama. So this is Maria Carmen Fitness. She's Fit Mama, and funnily enough, she's a fit mum that wants to get other mums fit. Now, I really, really liked her social media, so I wanted to show you her, because again, what I'm trying to do is show you how different brands embrace that kind of International Women's Day, that kind of feel of empowering women, because you can take something like this and turn it for men. You could turn it for grandparents. You could turn it for anybody, really. So let's take a little look. Now, couldn't anyone use that on pretty much any of their stories or any of their Reels, use it on their Facebook page, use it on your TikTok. If you wanted to try and inspire women, for example, mums, people, to have a bit of self-love, create some boundaries, and to focus on filling their own cup up first before doing anyone else. Now, again, you could take that content, share it, because it said good engagement, share it, and you could use that if you are a coffee shop. You could use it if you're a mum's group, obviously. You could use it if you're a hair salon. You could use it. So you don't even need to go out and create this content. People are out there creating it for you, and you can literally take it and reuse it, because not only are you supporting them as a business, there's nothing wrong with you supporting them. That's great. You might, share similar customers. It might be that, she's the other end of the UK from you and it doesn't really matter, but actually you're using her content because it's really lovely. It speaks to, the pain points that a lot of women have in terms of being unable to, I guess, fill up their own cup first because they're too busy running around looking after everybody. But actually then that means that you get nothing left for yourself and you're pouring from an empty cup. So that's the kind of idea behind it. I think we've all heard that before. So then she's done this, and then she's done her post. So, the definition of self-love is to regard for one's own well-being and happiness. She goes into a lot of detail about, the endless tick box exercise of life admin and collapsing into a heap after bedtime. We need to feel our bodies. She basically is saying, as young children, we were so good at saying no and speaking the truth. As adults, we find this hard. Self-love starts from within. It starts with you recognizing how important and deserving you are, so you can give yourself the self-care. Lots of love, Mary Carmen. So I love this as well because she signs it off with a lots of love. So it's personal, it's from the heart. Now, as you can see here, there's Anna France photography. Love this. The healing section. We love this. I love a great video. Your definition of self-love. She's also gone in and added, so I think she hadn't added in the hashtags in the beginning, so she's added it in terms of the comments, but it's just such a lovely way of, I guess, appealing to her very specific target audience. She's looking for mums that are busy like her. She's showing that she's equally busy. She's showing her life. She's showing, how she manages to prioritize, little minutes in the day where she can look after herself, so she can look after her kids, so she can look after other people. And she's given you permission to do the same. But literally any business could take something like this and say, how do you prioritize self-care on International Women's Day? How do you prioritize self-care on Mother's Day is coming up? Just because she mentioned Valentine's Day doesn't mean that you couldn't snip that and turn it into something for you. It's a beautiful reel. It shows the intricacies. It shows all the pain points, I guess, of mums. It shows everything that I am a mum, but it shows everything, I guess, that I might go through in a day, which goes back to what I was saying earlier on about pain points. If you truly understand what your customer pain points are, you could also create reels like this that show, that, I don't know, it might be male and they might be, I don't know, busy corporate environment, not got time to work out, not got time to look after themselves, and you want to sell them protein shakes. It might be you might be a shopping centre and actually need to appeal to quite a lot of people, so it's looking at how you could appeal to, it might be, I don't know, someone with a disability, to show actually going through your shopping centre is super accessible. It might be, you might be a DMO that, or you might be like a Visit X or Visit Y place management organization, and actually you just want to show maybe how, as I just said, accessible your streets are. It might be, the type of things that, I don't know, someone with autism might be able to do around your place. It's thinking about what the pain point is, who you're targeting, and then creating the appropriate content, or finding the appropriate content through amazing people like this and resharing it and applying it to your business as well. Final one, again, it's International Women's Day. We're kind of talking about it all. So this is a coach, and she is all about, again, helping women. They're all about helping women, I guess, achieve balance. It's all about their hormones. It's all about their monthly cycles and that kind of thing. So this is a coach that basically helps women create balance and understand that different times of the month affects your productivity levels. And it's all about, rather than just go, all about optimizing when you need to and resting when you need to and all that kind of stuff. So as you can see, everything here is all about you know, like struggling to lose weight. This could be the missing factor. I'm women. What's your superpower? Telling women that they ovulate on day 14 of their cycle needs to stop, blah, blah, blah. So basically she's all about appealing to a certain person and their, you know, it's a certain type of demographic. Obviously she's going to appeal to women, but she is going to be, it's appealing to, I guess, the different pain points that people have over the course of their cycle. So then she's done, it's this image, to be honest, that I wanted to talk to you guys about more than anything. So ladies, stop only thriving for a few days a month. Now that is going back to that pain point part. That is me saying, she's created a branded image. She's not even, I mean, she's not put her own branded on it, but you know, she's sticking with her theme of that kind of pink and red. So it would stop me in my tracks if I was like, right, wait, what's she saying? And she wants me to stop only thriving for a few days of the month. She said that actually I could thrive for the rest of the month, but why do I not? Okay, cool. I'll click on her. So on Instagram, you get seconds to get people to stop scrolling. I'm just going to sit there on my phone, scroll. What is going to make me stop? That is enough to make someone stop in their tracks if they are your target market. Then when you've got them in, you need to have the caption that goes for it. So I'm not going to go into all the detail. You can read it yourself. Feel free to go and follow her. But you can see that, you know, she's basically given value. She's given tips. She's given her expert advice on the reasons why you're only, you know, at top energy levels at a certain point in the month, and then you're not the rest of the month. So she's talking about the hormones. She's talking, I mean, this to me, don't get me wrong, it's a massive post, but if I'm interested in it, then I'll read it, and it makes me understand that she is a true expert in her field. And sometimes you need to really show that if you've got a certain type of person you need to appeal to. And of course, to find her in the first place, amazing hashtags. That goes back to what I guess some of the other businesses didn't do, which was use hashtags that are appropriate to all the different things that someone would be looking at if they wanted to, I don't know, empower themselves a bit more in the month, for example. So, you know, she's looking at metabolism, looking at weight loss, and accountability, hormone balance, women's health, you know, cycle syncing, all the things I guess that people would be looking for, but they wouldn't know maybe that someone like her existed. How would you know? You probably wouldn't. So you have to almost happen upon someone like that unless someone's recommended them or you've seen an advert for them. So if you want to become more visible to your target market, think about an image that's going to stop that person, you know, see them through the lens in their tracks. Then it is making sure that the hashtags you're using is signposting them back to you in the first place. And then the caption just adds, you know, your expertise on top of it. But essentially that is all this person has done. They've understood their audience, they've understood their pain points, they've understood the hashtags that they would be looking for to find them, and they put those all things together in a really, really strong post. So that's me. I think that we talked loads about International Women's Day. So thinking about future, so International Women's Day is today. So feel free, go in and engage with the hashtags, engage with the content. There's loads of good ways that you can engage with hashtags using the Maybe platform. But here, you've also got everything that's coming up. So what did we chat about last week? We chatted about quite a few different awareness days actually and campaigns that were coming up. So this is the Maybe social media content schedule. So this has all of the campaigns. It has all of the national days, national weeks, national months that are coming up over the rest of the year, right through to the end of December, and literally has them all down as tabs. So you can literally go from January right through to December, look at all the days, and then make some decisions about which ones your business might be able to use. So I think we had a look at, did we have a look at April last week? I think we might have, but let's have a look at, so no, we had a look at March because we were talking about Mother's Day and all that kind of thing coming up. So let's go into April. So in April, we have National Pet Month. So this is National Pet Month 2023. As you can see, we do the date, we do the title, and then we do the hashtags for you, and then we explain that it runs, so it's running from the 1st of April to the 2nd of May. It celebrates and raises awareness of responsible pet ownership through educational campaigns and resources. And basically it gives you all the detail. So you can literally take that and post it if you want to. There's the hashtags, there's the event, if you want to take part in an actual event, you might want to do a sponsored something, maybe a shopping centre and want to do, I don't know, a dog show. You might want to do a dog walk with all the people in your business, or you might want to appeal to pet owners in the local area and say that you're, I don't know, dog friendly, something friendly. But basically the idea is that most people could get behind this in some way, shape or form, assuming that you like animals in some way. It could just be that you show on National Pet Month, you show your pets. You know, I've got a dog and 2 guinea pigs. It might be that I went onto social media and I might show my dog and talk about the fact that he likes to bark during webinars. I might talk about the guinea pigs and the madness that they are. So sometimes it's about showing, you know, I guess your personal side, but then it also might be something you could do as a campaign. It might be that, you don't know, you make your cafe into, as I say, you know, you might put dog bowls out and turn it into dog friendly for the month and just see again how many more people that attracts. You might talk about my local shopping centre, they've just become dog friendly. It might be that actually you talk about that on social media, but then you get people to talk about other pets as well. So that is a really good awareness campaign that you don't have to be a dog, you know, a dog walker or a pet, you know, a pet food specialist to get behind. It's also Stress Awareness Month, huge. Why couldn't you talk about that, whether you're a coffee shop, whether you're a council, whether you're a bed, whether you're a hair salon? Anyone could talk about stress awareness, and anyone could appeal to their target audience through talking about stress awareness. We all have stress, whether it is you've got stress with a 4-year-old who's planning a birthday party. Well, this is me. I'm planning a birthday party for my 4 turning 5-year-old. Lots of stress this week. It might be to do with the snow and getting, I don't know, maybe people are stuck on the train this morning and it's annoying them. It might be that someone cut in line in front of them at the bank and you didn't like it. Doesn't matter. It's about what your business does to alleviate that stress, and that's how you hook it. So it's thinking about the different days that there are, or the different campaigns that there are, and turning that into a hook. So over the next few weeks, we're going to keep talking about this, keep giving you guys some ideas on how people have used the national days and how they've turned that into a thing. So hopefully that will be helpful. But as you can see, there's tons of days. Tartan Day, naturally going to be right up my street. Siblings Day, again, whether that's something that you talk about, you might, you know, love your sibling, hate your sibling, don't talk to your sibling, doesn't matter. There's lots of different ways that you can slice and dice that. So various things you can talk about on that day. And this is what we do. We're here day in, day out. So on a Monday, it's how to use Maybe. So there's a live webinar on that. We've got Tuesday, social media basics. Wednesday, you've got me. Thursday, ads for beginners. So literally never done an ad in your life. Friday, advanced ads. So, you know how to use a Facebook ad, but how do you make it even better? And then use the on-demand training to make it even better. So this is what we do. We create all these little short snippet videos on everything from how to do a reel right through to how, I don't know, a baker in Skegness did a really good reel, and this is how you could do it, that kind of thing. So the key takeaways from today are using affirmations and famous quotes can really lift your social media and your engagement rate. So think about that, go onto Canva, just Google them and you can reuse them, repurpose them, but just, you know, think about how that target audience, like who that target audience is. It's all about the image of the video on Instagram. So going back to the birth one, so make sure you use as much user-generated content as possible as well to build up trust. So anything that anyone tags you in, assuming it's positive, make sure you're reusing it. Add value through your social media through tips and support. So again, that's going back to explaining how long something takes to make or how long something takes to work, or explaining how long a process is, right through to giving tips on, you know, like that lady talking about cycle syncing and that kind of thing. Connect with people on a deeper level by showing the people behind the business. Let's go back to our personal trainer and looking at how you can really appeal to people by understanding their pain points and helping show, I guess, how you connect with that as the person behind the business. Capture attention through targeted content. Look how targeted we've been today. Everybody has truly understood their customer, and every single one, even though we're saying it's International Women's Day, we're talking about people attracting women, they've attracted them through different methods, different tactics, talking about different things in different ways because they've been targeted. And then, of course, just set up your Maybe account. Make sure you get started today if you already haven't.